In a development that has intensified global attention on next-generation air power, China's mysterious J-36 sixth-generation fighter prototype was spotted conducting a new series of test flights this week at the heavily restricted flight corridor near the Chengdu Aircraft Industry Group (CAIG) facility. The aircraft, which has remained shrouded in secrecy since faint rumors of its existence began circulating nearly 4 years ago, now appears to be entering a more aggressive testing phase, suggesting that its development is accelerating faster than many defense analysts expected. The newly observed flights showcased not only the aircraft's maturing airframe but also several key upgrades that indicate China is moving swiftly in a race to field a fully operational sixth-generation combat aircraft ahead of its global competitors. Witnesses near the testing zone reported that the J-36's latest prototype displayed a noticeably refined fuselage compared to earlier glimpses from late 2024. Observers described the jet as having sharper leading edges, blended control surfaces, and an altered diamond flow wing structure consistent with emerging sixth-generation design philosophies. High-resolution security-filtered images, which leaked briefly before being scrubbed from Chinese social media platforms, revealed adjustments around the engine housings, suggesting ongoing efforts to refine its powerful next-gen adaptive cycle propulsion system. Analysts believe the aircraft uses a variant of China's adaptive turbofan technology, a concept similar to the U.S. Air Force's next-generation adaptive propulsion (NGAP) engines. The goal: drastically improved fuel efficiency at cruise speeds and massive bursts of thrust during combat maneuvers, enabling the jet to sustain extended-range missions while retaining supercruise and high-energy maneuverability. One of the most striking features noted during the recent test flights was the aircraft's optical signature suppression. Several defense watchers pointed out that the J-36's skin coating appeared to darken and lighten during banking maneuvers, suggesting China may be experimenting with adaptive metamaterial skin technologies, a hallmark of sixth-generation stealth platforms. This type of coating is engineered to reduce visual detectability, radar reflection, and even infrared emissions by adjusting its surface temperature and reflectivity. If confirmed, it marks a significant jump in China's stealth capabilities, giving the J-36 the potential to operate in environments where even advanced radar arrays struggle to detect dynamic surface adjustments. Equally significant were signs that the J-36 prototype might be integrating an early-stage AI-assisted avionics suite, one of the pillars of sixth-generation combat aircraft. Observers highlighted that the aircraft's flight pattern during the tests appeared unusually precise and stabilized, even at extreme angles of attack, indicating that onboard computers may have been managing portions of the flight envelope autonomously. China has repeatedly expressed its ambition to develop AI-enabled loyal wingman networks and fully autonomous support drones, and the J-36 is widely expected to be the command node for such formations. Early ground photos also suggested a new dorsal sensor array consistent with multi-domain data fusion architecture, hinting at an aircraft capable of managing real-time battlespace data across air, sea, cyber, and space domains. Alongside the airframe and avionics improvements, military sources believe the J-36's new test flights may also be linked to evaluations of directed energy weapon compatibility, an emerging feature among all sixth-generation fighter concepts. Though no visible pods or weapon bays were photographed, U.S. defense analysts note that the sleek, elongated belly contours of the jet align with design strategies intended to house compact laser or microwave defense systems. These systems are not primarily intended for offensive missions but for countering incoming missiles, drones, and surveillance systems, granting the aircraft a layer of defense beyond traditional kinetic interceptors. Strategically, the renewed activity around the J-36 program arrives at a crucial moment. The United States is pushing forward with its next-generation air dominance (NGAD) fighter, while the United Kingdom, Japan, and Italy continue refining their joint Global Combat Air Program (GCAP). China's latest tests suggest it is determined not only to match but potentially surpass Western progress by accelerating prototype evaluation. Some analysts believe Beijing aims to achieve a first official unveiling of the aircraft before 2027, aligning with President Xi Jinping's broader military modernization timeline for the People's Liberation Army Air Force, PLAAF. Achieving such a milestone would significantly alter global perceptions of China's aerospace capabilities and could shift the balance of air power development across the Indo-Pacific region. Regional defense planners are already reacting with concern. In Washington, early intelligence assessments circulated throughout various Pentagon branches described the J-36 advancements as noteworthy and representing a continuing trend of rapid Chinese progress in stealth, engines, and sensor fusion. In Japan and South Korea, officials have expressed growing anxiety about China fielding a sixth-generation system years ahead of previous predictions. Meanwhile, in Taiwan, military officials warn that a fully operational J-36, especially one capable of commanding swarms of autonomous wingmen, could create new challenges for air defense networks that already struggle with China's expanding fleet of J-20 stealth fighters and advanced drones. Despite the excitement and speculation surrounding the recent sightings, several questions remain unanswered. Chinese state media has refused to publicly acknowledge the J-36 program, repeating the familiar stance that new aviation projects are part of routine modernization, without offering any transparency. Still, each new test flight adds further evidence that the aircraft is far beyond the conceptual stage. While no official designation has been announced, PLAAF insiders hint that the J-36 may eventually serve as a dual-role platform, capable of both air superiority and deep penetration strike missions, effectively replacing the roles of multiple current-generation fighters. As the sun set over Chengdu on the final day of testing, the prototype completed a steep, high-energy vertical climb before disappearing into heavy cloud cover, a maneuver analysts described as a demonstration of confidence. It is becoming increasingly clear that China is not merely experimenting with next-generation concepts. It is building a fighter that could redefine aerial warfare across the next 3 decades. With the J-36 evolution now accelerating in plain view, global air forces are bracing for the moment when this enigmatic jet steps from the shadows and into an operational role, signaling a new and potentially disruptive chapter in the worldwide race for sixth-generation air dominance.